Okay. So VLOOKUP part that we have done on the last class. There's a vertical searching of the data or the horizontal searching of the data, that is for the HLOOKUP, or just if you want to include both, that is a mixture of HLOOKUP and the VLOOKUP, that you want to perform the searching in both the manner, that is vertically and as well as the horizontal. So we go for the exclusive lookup, that is XLOOKUP, that we have seen in the last class. If any problem you have identified, you can refer back to the previous videos that I have shared. Then I will put in the link, and the link is already shared. Okay. Let's move to the next part, that is XLOOKUP we have done. We'll be going to this index. Now, what does this index means? Supposedly the index function that we use is for returning the position number of any particular data item. Now, if we just visualize this one, sorry. Now, this data is given, but use the index formula to return the name of the fourth company in the list. Now, suppose it is Alphabet, Barclay, Corning, Dell, ExxonMobil, or Facebook. These are the particular name of the companies, name of the organizations which have been written over here. Now, let's say suppose you have categorized or you have ranked this particular company name according to the size of employee or the size of revenue or the size of profit they share or the market shares they are having. Based on any particular criteria, you have ranked this. Now, now suppose you want to know who is the third company as per your particular link thereafter, or you want to know particularly who is the first company according to the criteria that you have set up. Or let's use a very basic example of a student, that first of all we have an examination, and after that the particular numbers has been obtained by the student out of 100 or 50, whatever, and you have placed the name of the students accordingly to their marks, rank wise. Now, if you need to know which particular student is in the first position or which particular student is in the third position, so on that time we can make use of this index. Okay, no, let's make use of this index formula. Index, to write out the formula name, it gives you the array. Now, what is this array? The particular data set, the particular item of the data that we are going to select. Now, this is a particular starting from the row number 2 in the column number 8. So, A2 to A7 is my array of the data item that I am having. Now, this is a particular set which I have provided. Now, you use comma, now row number, which particular position you are looking for. Let's say I'm looking for the third position. So I have mentioned 3. If I'm looking for, as per the question given over here, if supposedly that I'm looking for the fourth position of the company, so I will be writing 4 over here, close the bracket, you hit enter. It's coming what? Dell. So I can say that Dell is the fourth company. Supposedly that I have ranked this particular name of the companies according to their employee size. So I can say Dell is the fourth largest company for providing the employment. And Alphabet is the first company, as I can see the name of this particular companies which is visible, that is Alphabet or the Barclay. So I can make sure that these are the positions to which the particular company is belonging to. Or let's I need to know which company is the first company, that who is the highest number of employment being provided. So let's say 1. I hit 1. So it's coming to Alphabet. So no, don't get confused regarding this wrong answer, because it's a predefined platform in which it has to be providing the correct formula only. When it has to be written 4. In place of this 1, I have to write down 4. So it's a pre-program, so it is coming wrong answer. That's why. Otherwise, the formula is correct. Let's make it 4. Right? Then, okay. Now we will be moving to the match. Now, in this, I am mentioning the position number and the data which is associated to that position number. The data is getting fetched. First, second, third, whatever the position number I'm mentioning, that company name is coming to us. Now I will be very much eager to know that suppose I am having 10 students in my class, let's say A, B, C, D, like that. 10 students I'm having. Now, particularly, I'm not assured that what is the position number. The rank has not been done yet. Fine, but I am just very much sure about the name of the student. So I will be mentioning the name of the student within the data set, and it will be providing me its rank, its position number. Fine. The match it works more or less. It works like the VLOOKUP part or the HLOOKUP part, if you remember. That says takes a lookup value, lookup array, and the match type. Now, this match type, we know that we have seen previously that I can make use of -1, 0, or 1. Now, when do we make use of this 1? Or when do we make use of -1, or when do we make use of the 0? Now, 0 means, particularly whenever we are making use of the 0, it means that we want the exact match. If I am writing a particular name. So the entirely that name should be matched. Then only I will be getting that value. Fine. Now this -1 and 1, it will be giving you the approximate match. Approximate match. Now normally we take for a pattern search. -1 and 1, it will be cause a function to look for the approximate match. Now I will be showing you what I mean by that. See, if I write on match over here, it says what, use match to return the position number of the letter F in the following array. Now see the question very minutely. Use match to return the position number of the letter F. So I have written haphazardly, right? Sorry, A, Z, C, X, Y, F, W. I've written it haphazardly. So I just need to later consider that these are the name of the students. And I will be writing down the name of the student using a formula called match, and it will be returning me the rank of that particular student, right? Now, let's say match. Okay, fine. Now I've written match, lookup value. What is my lookup value? So this is my lookup value, what? F. So I will be mentioning F. Fine. Now, this F with that I am mentioning within the double quote, because any textual data that you're going to pass in the argument of the formulas in Excel, it has to be coded inside a double quote. First. Secondly, if the value that you are looking for would have been mentioned anywhere in this cell, singly, solely, then I could have just provided the address of that particular cell. Then this double quote wouldn't be required, right? But as the F is not written anywhere, and you can see that this is particularly a pre-programmed sheet, even I cannot make the editing in this. I cannot write down F over here. So what will I do? So I cannot make use of the particular cell address. So I will be doing what? I will be mentioning quote F double quote. Now this F I am putting for the lookup value. Now I will be providing a lookup array. If we remember the VLOOKUP class, then we know that what is a lookup array. So this is a lookup array, the series of the data item within which I need to search for the particular value. In my case, it's F. You close it. Now, just for sake, I'm giving you the comma. Now, why I'm giving you a comma? Then this match underscore type, which is within the third quote, it gets highlighted and it gets focused. Now, matched underscore type that is within the third bracket, it resembles that this particular parameter within this formula is not mandatory. If we have done the previous classes, we know that any parameter which is mentioned within the third bracket, that is an optional. It is not a mandatory parameter value that you have to have provide. Lookup value, lookup array are not within the third bracket. So these are the mandatory. You need to provide the value, otherwise the formula won't work. But for my case, in this match underscore type, which is within the third bracket, it resembles, it is a optional parameter. You can provide the value or you can skip it. For the timing, I will skip it, but the result will be wrong. Why wrong? I will be showing you. Again, I'm pointing out. You read the first point. You read the first row. Use match to return the position number of the letter F. Use match to return the position number of the letter F in the following year. Now you see what's coming. It's coming 1, and answer is wrong. Why wrong? Because by default search is a pattern match. By default search is pattern match. Fine. Now pattern match is what? That it will be giving you the approximate match. It will be giving you the approximate match. Now this F, which has been mentioned in the first row, that F gets identified whenever you are writing down any particular thing. Whenever you're mentioning this match formula, it is identifying F from here. That is index position number 1. So it's returning 1. F has been written in the first row, right? So that is the reason. So just a second. Particularly, this is a particular row in which we have written F. So that is the reason why 1 is getting written. Now, as 1 is getting written, which is a wrong answer, I'm not looking for F which is mentioned in the row number 1. Rather, I'm looking for the F which we need to be presented within this data array. So I will be making use of comma and I will be mentioning 0. Now 0 resembles what? Exact match. Now F double quote F that I have written. So it will be identifying a particular cell in which only F alphabet has been written, nothing else. Nothing else. Prefix, suffix won't be there. Only F will be there. So that will be identified. Now, because I have mentioned 0. 0 works for the exact match. Now you see, it gives me what? It gives me 6. It gives me what? It gives me 6. 6. Why? Because if we count it down manually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if has been placed at the 6th position. So if we consider hypothetically that the name of any student is F, so I can say that the student whose name is F, he is placed in the 6th position. He is mentioned in the 6th position, right? So that's the reason why we are making use of this 0 for identifying the exact match. So next, now we will be combining both of this. Combining both of this means what? That the index which was returning the company name, if we remember, it was returning the company name which was in the 4th position, and match that we did just now, it was returning the index number, it was returning the position number for the particular name or the alphabet that we are searching for. Now we are going to mix both, that is index match. Now if we just go through this visualization, what it says, find the name of the person. You need to identify the name of the person whose rank is 4th. Now you need to identify the name, right? You just remember what the index, it returns the name. Index, if you are making use of index formula, it will be returning back the name. If you remember, we were writing it equals to index, thereafter we are providing the array, and then after we are writing 4. So 4th position's name will be returned to you via index formula. If you go to match, it will be returning you the position number. It will be returning you the position number, right? Now it is a combination of both that find the name of the person whose rank is 4. So I need to find out the name of the person. So name of the person or the name of that particular item will be returned via index formula. So first I will be making use of equals to index. Within that, I am going to make use of the match because the 4th position's data need to be fetched, right? So the 4th position I will be mentioning inside the particularly match. Now you see the formula that they are writing equals to index, they are providing the array. In the place of the second, that is the second value, that it was a row number, I need to write on 4, 5, 6, whatever the number, I need to write it down. So what I will be doing, I will be making use of the match. Now once I'm writing down the match, I need to provide the by default values which were required. That is the lookup value, thereafter the particular array of the item, and if you are going for the pattern search, then you can make it 1, or if you're going for an exact match, then you can go for the 0. Now exactly the same thing they are doing over here, that the index, thereafter it's providing the array of the item that I need to return the name. I need to return the name, thereafter it goes with the name part, and the comma row number. In place of row number, I will be mentioning what? I will be mentioning the match in, I will be providing the lookup value. Lookup value is what? C13, because rank 4 has been mentioned over here. Rank 4 has been mentioned over here, isn't it? So thereafter, this is a particular C13 which holds the position number, and you refer back the name. You need the particular data to be returned, right? So after that, we are providing the array of the item. Array of the item, right? Now in this array of the item, and if you are identifying any of the particular value, then you return back the name, and return back should be exact match. So I am putting 0. I'm putting 0 over there. Now let's do it. Now one primary function, there can be a question, if I am not mistaken, there can be a question that why should I need the name of the person whose rank is 4. So I can make use of index. No, I can make use of index. If I just go back to the previous slides, just check this one, index part. What are we doing exactly? I need to identify the 4th company's name. I did the same thing. No? That is equals to index, provide the array, comma 4th data, we mentioned 4 to end it up. Then why I am going for index and match? Because the problem is that every time you need to identify the 6th position's data or 5th position data or 7th position data, every time you need to make editing, you need to update the formula itself. Let's say right now I was looking for 4th data, so I mentioned 4th. Right now I'm looking for, let's say, 2nd data, the 2nd position's data. So I need to make sure that I'm editing the formula and I'm writing down 2 inside the formula, and it will return with a Barclay. But this is a scenario. Fine. Now let's go back to this index match. Now we can understand what is the advantage of index match. Can you see this one? Formula that I am writing is what? Index. I'm providing the names array, comma. I'm not mentioning the row number 4, 5, 6. I'm not writing over there. I am taking the user defined value, user given value. What user given value? C13. So whatever positions data that you're looking for, 5th position, 6th position, 8th position, 1st position, you just mention the position number over here. And whenever you are changing, you can see it. We are changing the value, it is getting the change. We are changing it to 7, we are changing it to 8, the names are getting changed. So ultimately, the position number that we are writing, we are making changes inside this particular cell, not inside the formula. Not inside the formula. Right. So if you give any, if you provide this Excel sheet to any kind of a layman who is a very much a non-technical person, so and you ask that person, okay, I need a fifth rank data, or I need seventh ranking data. So that person need to go into the particular formula. You need to make addition in the formula. Then after the result will come. It may possible that person is not very much technically knowledge regarding this Excel part. So what will that person do? It's better now you provide a particular user-defined function in which the person who is working with the person who is fetching the names for you, we will be making changes inside this particular cell only 4, 5, 7, 6, 10, 11, whatever the rank you are looking for. You mention over here and the result will come. You do not need to make any kind of editing inside the formula. Even if you are providing the Excel sheet to a non-technical person, that person will be working with all the flying colors. Right. Now let's see. We'll be practicing. Now it was just an explanation why index, why not index match, or the vice versa, that why index match, why not index. Now let's go back to this hands-on. It says what? Use index and match to find out the ID number of the debit. Okay, great. So previously, what I need the ID number of whom? Of debit. So what will I do? I will be making use of index. In index, ID number of debit, right? So this 99955T need to be returned for debit. Now I can write down debit within my formula, but I will not go to write down debit within my formula. I will provide in the cell address. So index. Now I will be selecting what? I will be selecting the particular array that I need to return. This particular data that I need to return, comma. I am looking for what? I am looking for debit. So I will be making use of match. Match. The match was taking what? If I give match, match was looking for what? The lookup value. What is my lookup value? My lookup value is this debit, which is mentioned in B10, comma, my lookup array. Where will I be looking for this particular data? I will be looking it inside my column B. That is from B3 to B8. And I am looking for an exact match. I am looking for the exact match. So I'm putting 0. One bracket that I've closed, and it's the second bracket that I've closed. 9995553. Done. Okay. Once again, I'm explaining it. It is asking you to fetch the ID number of debit right now. It may possible in the next in the next slide or in the next part, it will be asking you to fetch the ID number of, let's say, Frank. So on that time, you need to make a editing inside the formula, which is not required. I will be just writing down Frank over here, and the data will be fetched for me. Anyways, so with David, let's do it again. Index. Index will be doing what? It will be fetching up the value for the array. This one, I need to fetch the ID numbers. So I'm providing A3 to A8, comma, row number. Instead of row number, I will be making use of the match. Inside this match, I am going to put up the lookup value. Which particular value I'm looking for? I'm looking for the debit, which is mentioned in B10. So I will be writing that debit over here. Or otherwise, I could have done this. I could have done this. That I have, debit. Debit. Okay. Now, if you do this thing, now next time whenever it will be in the requirement for searching out a value for, let's say, Bob, on that time again you need to dig into the formula. Instead of David, you need to erase that David data. You need to mention Bob, Bob, then the data will come. It's very cumbersome, right? But if you make use of this formula like index and match without this with just mentioning the cell address, so it will be giving you the data that you are mentioning in this particular cell. You do not need to make editing in the particular formula. So I will be selecting the data that I'm looking for, this value, comma, what is my lookup array, in which place I am going to look. I'm going to look over here, and I am looking for the exact match. I'm looking for the exact match. Now don't get confused that why I am putting double brackets over there, double bracket ending I'm putting. This first bracket is for this match, and the second bracket is for the this one, for the index one. Okay. Now hit enter. 9995553. As I am not allowed to edit the data over here, but if it was allowed, then I could have written Bob over here, and this number would be changed to 5034521. Right. Okay. Left, mid, and right. These are very much pretty easy, and it can be operated with the particular alphabets or the numeric data as well. Now you can know that left, whenever we are putting left, we are fetching the number of the characters which we mentioned. In right, again, we are when within a given string of the data, what we do, we provide that particular string, and we give the number of letters or the number of characters that I'm looking for. If you see in the right, what we are doing in writing right, we are putting the text, or we have mentioned the cell address in which the text has been contained, and the number of character that you are looking for. Right? Let's do it. Let's say this one is saying extract the first four letter. Now Lady Gaga is your data that we have given, and it is looking for the first four character within this data. So practically it is looking for the lady word only. So I will be making use of left. I will be giving this data, and I'm looking for first four characters. So you mentioned four. You mentioned four over there. It's lady. Okay. Extract the last eight characters. Last eight characters means last is which part? This Zeppelin. Now Zeppelin need to be returned. How many characters we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Zeppelin, the whole word need to be returned. So last, which is the right part. Okay. So right, I will be writing right. This is Led Zeppelin is my A7 text, and I'm looking for eight characters. So I will be mentioning eight over there, and Zeppelin, the entire word will be coming. Now it says extract 26 characters from 103 characters, means starting from the 103rd position, starting from 103rd position, thereafter you fetch 26 characters, and you can see that the string is pretty long. The string is pretty long, right? It's difficult to count down which particular position number is 103. Thereafter, you will be cutting the string, substring. You will be cutting from there for the 26 characters. Let's write on the formula. Practically, we are going to fetch the string, substring from this entire string of data. From this entire string of data, we are going to fetch out the substring. Substring will be fetched from which position number? From 103. From 103 till 26 characters. So I will be making use of mid. Text is what? This one. This is my text. Starting position is what? Extract 26 characters from 103. That is 103rd position. You write 103rd. That you start from this particular position number and you continue till 26 characters. Number of characters, how many we need? We need 26 characters, right? So you write 26 characters over there. So I am absolutely amazing. Practically, this part, I am absolutely amazing, and exclamation marks, 3 exclamation marks. So this is coming. That is if we are making use of the mid function. Okay. Text before and text after. This particular functions or the formulas that we are doing, not functions rather, this particular formulas that we're doing, it may look pretty simple, but it can be a little bit chaotic if we are not making a regular practice, or if it is not in a regular habit for us to make utilization for this particular formulas on a regular basis. Text before and text after means that what particular, and now suppose you can see this visualization in which Samuel @excel-practice-online.com. Now, this is the data that has been mentioned. Now, for example, extract the name from the email address. Now, this is what? This is the entire name. Sorry, this is an entire email address, John@excel and -practice and -online.com, or the Lisa, same for the Lisa. So these are the entire email address. But out of this email address, I need to extract only the names. Now, if I am in a requirement for fetching out only the names, that is Samuel, John, and Lisa, I need to make use of text before. Text before. What? Text before. Then you provide the data, that is A4 or A5 basis, whatever. After that, you provide a delimiter. Now, what is this delimiter? Delimiter means that is a particular character before which the text will be fetched. You're providing a delimiter means that is a particular, you can see A4, comma. Once it is putting comma, then you are mentioning the delimiters. Delimiter means what? That throughout this entire text, you identify this particular character. At the rate we have given over here. Na? So throughout this entire data set that we have given for A4, in that entire cell, you first identified where this at the rate is placed. Once you identify that where the at the rate has been placed, before that, whatever the text is there, you select that part. A4, and we are putting a delimiter, that is at the rate, to end it. So through this entire A4 cell, the formula identified where at the rate is existing. And it identified that at the rate is existing in this place. Once it has identified that at the rate has been placed in this place, whatever the text is there before this at the rate, as we have made use of text before formula, whatever the data is existing before this at the rate, the entire data will be selected. Same for John, same for Lisa. You write down the formula for once and you drag it. So it will be selecting the John and the Lisa. And let's okay, this is another one that is of text after. Text after means Chicago, Illinois, Miami, Florida, Albany, New York, San Diego, California. So basically they are selecting the states. So these are the particular name of the city, and out of that it is selecting the states. Illinois, Florida, New York, California, these are the states. So I need to select the state name. Now before state, throughout the data I can see there is an hyphen which is given, a dash has been given. So the same thing equals to text after, you select the cell address, that is A1, you give comma, after comma you mention the delimiter. So the same thing but in an opposite way, that whenever you are executing this formula, the formula will be looking for this delimiter. In my case this is a hyphen, it will be looking for the hyphen. Where is this hyphen placed? Whenever it identifies that the hyphen has been placed, exactly after that hyphen, whatever the text is there, it will be fetched. It will be fetched. Okay, that is equals to text after. We write down the cell address A1, A2, A3, whatever you are writing down, you write it down. After that, you give the delimiters which has been used. Now, in my case, it is a hyphen that we have used, so we put hyphen and we end it up. So the formula is identifying where this hyphen is existing, and once it is identified, so whatever the data is existing after the hyphen, as we have made use of text after, the entire data will be selected. Okay. Now there is a twist and a turn. Now what it says, extract the last 3 digits. Extract the last 3 digits. Okay. Now it's the last 3 digits that can be done pretty well by the write function. Just now we saw na equals to write, we mentioned the cell address, and from last I need to select 3 digits, so I will be writing 3. So it's done. It will be selecting 745, 309, 849, and as far it goes on. In that way, it can be done with the write function. But what about the other way? That supposedly that we are having double hyphen over here, right? We are having a double hyphen. Now, if I make use of this text before or text after, and through this formula, I need to fetch out the last 3 digits or first 3 digits or middle part. On that time, how to use it? But we are pretty simply, we are mentioning equals to text after. I'm providing the data, that is A2, A3, A4, whatever is the data. What particular delimiter is existing just before my third characters? Delimiter is what? Hyphen. So I'm mentioning hyphen. Now in this case, you can see double hyphens are mentioned. After first 3 digits, there is a hyphen. After last 3 digits again, sorry, before last 3 digits, there is a hyphen. So I need to catch hold of the last one. That's the second occurrence. You see, that's the text after A2. What is my delimiter? Hyphen is my delimiter. I'm giving that. After that, I'm mentioning 2. Why I'm mentioning 2? 2 is for what? The second occurrence of your delimiter. So the formula will be working in which way? Whenever you hit enter, the entire formula will be looking for the delimiter, that is the hyphen within this data, and it will be looking for the second occurrence of the delimiter. Second occurrence of the delimiter. Fine. Means it will be identifying this hyphen first after 170. After 170, there is a delimiter, that is a hyphen. It will be identified, but the occurrence is 1. It will go on searching for the next hyphen. So it will be coming and landing upon after this one, that is 7588. It will be landing upon this. So whenever it is coming upon this hyphen, the occurrence is getting matched. That is the second occurrence has been identified. Now whatever the data is existing, you select that part. That is the position number. Now it says what? Retrieve the text after the first occurrence. After the first occurrence. After the first occurrence, delimiter is okay. Now, what is that? That you need to retrieve the text after the first occurrence of the hyphen. Means after this hyphen. After this hyphen, whatever the data is existing, you need to select. That is practice-online.com. This need to be fetched. This need to be fetched, right? So what we make use of? We make use of this particularly text equals to text after. Text after, we are putting this particular cell address, delimiter is hyphen, which is told to us, we'll be mentioning hyphen. And first occurrence I need first occurrence. So first occurrence means what? It will be searching the entire data. It will identify that the hyphen delimiter is present over here. Now once the delimiter is present over here, it is getting identified as a delimiter and the occurrence is 1. It said na first occurrence. So occurrence is 1. Currently the occurrence is 1. Now once the delimiter, that is the hyphen which has been identified, and currently the occurrence position, occurrence number is 1, entire data set which is existing after this particular occurrence of the hyphen, it will be selected. Fine. The next part, it says what? Search from the end of the text. Now what is this end of the text? That is this online.com need to be identified. So the text after, same thing, text after A1, delimiter is hyphen again in my case. Now I will be making use of -1. -1 means it will be starting the searching from the last position. Last position. So it is not going to search from www.excel hyphen. It will not going this way. It will be coming from the backside. That is moc.enilno hyphen. Now the position number is appearing. Now we are in the exact location where we need to be. And thereafter, text after, so this second position, that is the last hyphen, has been identified. After that, whatever the text is there, I can fetch it on. Now simply it can be said that yeah, this could be done via other way also, because as we have seen over here that we are making use of the occurrence position number, that is we have given equals to text after data, then the delimiter, and we are mentioning the occurrence number. Double two delimiters are there, na? First occurrence, second occurrence, so we mentioned 2, so it was fetching 745. So same thing can be used over here as well. Same thing can be here used as well. There's a text after A1, first you provide the delimiter, thereafter you mention the occurrence number. How many hyphens we are having? 2 hyphens we are having. The first occurrence we do not need. This is the second occurrence, I know, so you write 2, and thereafter online.com will be coming. But instead of that, that is a very much should I say, that is a very fixed type of a formula that we are making use. What happened is after this practice hyphen, you are writing something, and thereafter again you are putting a hyphen over there. So what will happen on that time? That will be looking for the second position number only, but I am looking for the last data, na? last particular delimiter. So -1 is the best option to be practiced. Okay. This is now, this is a case sensitive part. Now case sensitive means what? So supposedly that you are writing down USA in small letters or USA in capital letter, the data should be coming to you. Doesn't matter. So on that time we make it case insensitive. And whenever you're writing down USA in a capital and you need the data to be searched only in the capital which is present, on that time you go for the case sensitive. Right? Case sensitive. Now it says what? Text before S. That is case insensitive we are working on right now. So text before A1, that is this particular data, S we are writing, we are bypassing one of the parameter over there. As you have seen that we are given double comma, so we are bypassing one of the particular parameter which is existing. Now, one, whenever we are giving 1, it makes it case insensitive. Whenever we are making it 0, it makes case sensitive, and 0 is by default. Text before S, and is case sensitive, we need to make use of 0. Either you can make use of 0, it will be case sensitive. Even if you skip that part, by default is 0, case sensitive. If you need to make it case insensitive, then you write down 1. Then we mention 1. But whatever small case letter you're writing or capital letters you're writing, doesn't matter. The letter should be present. Smaller case or upper case doesn't matter in the case insensitive. Okay. This is another one. It says retrieve the text before the third occurrence. Retrieve the text before the third occurrence of the hyphen or the delimiter that we have made use of. Now, in this, what we are writing, text before A1, the data that we are giving, thereafter we are providing hyphen. Now, whenever we are giving hyphen, is there any third occurrence which is existing? The third occurrence is not present over here. Only 2 hyphens are present. Na? This one first and this one is second. So, you know, match underscore end is equal to 0 means it will be looking for the exact match. But third hyphen is not mentioned. Third hyphen is not present over here. So from where this formula will be searching for the hyphen? Third hyphen is not there. So it will be giving you NA. That is, the data is not applicable. It's not applicable over here. Once you're writing 1, it will be going for what? Same formula we are writing. Text before A1 hyphen, comma, and 3 that we are giving. 3 means third occurrence, and 1 we are adding. That is, you give us the match, pattern match, not the exact thing. Okay. Now, this is a particular part in which if the data is not existing, in our case that we have seen for this one, that if the data is not present, it was writing n oblique a. Now, this n hash n oblique a can be pretty much difficult for the normal human beings or the normal layman who is a non-technical to understand that what it wants to say. Now, hash n a, the data is not, or why the data is not coming? What is the exact error message? So, if you want to provide any kind of a customized error message, on that time you can go for this value. You can go for this parameter that if not found, what to represent, right? If not found, what to represent. So on that time we make use of this formula, right? You see that is writing down what equals to text after or text before, whatever you're writing down. You provide the text, that is A1. Thereafter you provide any of the delimiters that you are having. We are having Waldo as a delimiter, right? Now Waldo, you can see Waldo is not present over here. A comma, 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 comma. Now this commas we are giving for what? Commas we are giving for skipping the particular values, skipping the particular parameter value. And thereafter the last parameter was holding that if underscore not underscore found parameter was present over there. Inside that, if the data is not existing, on that time we write it down. What? We write down whatever the customized error message that we want to provide. Okay. You see, it's writing what? Text before A1, comma. Now we are going to what? This delimiter one, delimiter is Waldo in our case, comma, instance number, we are skipping it, match mode, we are skipping it, match end, we are skipping it. Right now, we are landed upon if not found. If the data is, if this particular delimiter is not present, Waldo not found, this should be present. Yeah, that is coming. Waldo is not present right now. So Waldo not found, it is coming. Now, once we are making the entry of Waldo over here, the entry of Waldo data over here, on that time, if we hit enter, it comes up. That John, Sarah, and Eric. John, Sarah, Eric, what? We have made use of text before now. So John, Sarah, Eric, which is present, that was coming. Okay. Now, finding the text between the delimiters. Now, this is one of the interesting part. That is, we need to make use of both the formulas, text before, text after, both the things. It says what? That there is no function to get the text between the delimiters, but we can create one by combining text before and text after. For example, we are doing what? We just need the website name, that is Excel underscore practice underscore online. This is the website name, right? Thereafter Yahoo is the website name, or Times of India is the website name, or Investopedia is the website name. So this website name is required. So I am making use of text before and text after, both the formulas at the same time. So text before, data I'm not providing. Instead of data, I'm writing out the second part of the formula, that is text after. In text after, we are having A2, that is the data in which the cell the data is present. Thereafter, we're giving out what? We are giving out the dot. Dot is acting as the delimiter. Dot is acting as a delimiter. Delimiter for what? The delimiter for the text after. Text after. This text after. Right. The text after means what? The delimiter will be searching for this one first. Whatever data that I'm having, it will be identifying this first dot. Once it is identifying the first delimiter, it will be selecting the entire portion of the data, that is Excel underscore practice underscore online.com/ till this, it will be selected. Once this Excel hyphen practice hyphen online.com/ this entire cell, this entire string of the data has been fetched, it will be working as the data for whom? It will be working as the data for text before. And if you see it minutely, for text before, we will be providing another delimiter, that is the dot. Full stop. You see, comma. Now I am going to write down the next dot. This dot that I am writing down is for text before. It's for text before. Now the data that we are having in hand was what? Excel hyphen practice hyphen online.com/. So I will be searching for the dot. Where is the dot existing? Dot is existing over here. And what was the formula that I was using? Text before. So whatever the data that is existing before this dot, that is Excel hyphen practice hyphen online, that will be selected only. That will be selected only. You see, the same thing they are doing. First, it is selecting this part, this portion of the data. After www dot, entire thing is getting selected. Once you're adding the second dot, it is getting identified this one, and on this part only getting selected. Fine. Okay. Now over here we are going to extract the first 3 digits of the phone number. Now first 3 digits of the phone number can be extracted when? Now you see that multiple delimiters has been used. In some place we have used only white space. In some place we have used dots. In some place we have used hyphen. So different types of delimiters we have used. So we need to introduce the different types of delimiters within the formula. So for that, text before A2, that is a data set, and now you provide the delimiters. you provide the set of delimiters. What is a set of delimiter? The first set is what? White space. Second is full stop, and last one is hyphen. So within double quote, you mention all these individual delimiters and you put it within the bracket, second bracket, that which is acting as a list. It is acting as a list of delimiters. Now, whenever the data is existing within that list of delimiter, that data will be selected. Text before that, whatever the text is existing before that particular data, that will be selected. Okay, now enough of this theoretical part that we have seen, multiple visualization also we have seen. Quickly, we will be doing this hands-on. So, extract the text after slash. Text after slash, right? So, we will be making use of text after. I need to provide the data. I'm going to give this data, comma. What is my delimiter? My delimiter is slash. And as I have already said that whatever textual data that you are mentioning within the formula, it should be encoded within double quote. So it's done. 1, 2, 3, 4. Text after delimiter slash. So text after delimiter is what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Extract the text before the white space. Before the white space means whatever data that I'm having before the first, whenever, see, we have not mentioned any occurrence. How many white space we are having? 2. After Excel, 1 white space is there. After is another white space is there. So what will we do? We will be selecting the by default one, that is after the first occurrence of the white space. That is equals to text before. Text is existing in A5, comma, white space. To provide white space. After that, it's done. So text before A5, which is the data, and white space is given. This double quote space, double quote. That is the white space acting as a delimiter. You hit enter, Excel. As I said, by default, it starts the searching from the left-hand side, from the starting position. So Excel is coming. Okay. Extract the text before the second white space. Now we are talking about the occurrence of the delimiters. Same thing. Text before. Text before. We provide the text over there, comma. Delimiter is white space. You give the delimiter as a white space. Instance number, you can see the parameters are highlighted. Instance number. Now you mention 2. Once you are mentioning 2, it will be giving me what? Excel is. You are identifying the white space which is occurring at the second position. So Excel white space is not getting counted. Is white space. This one is going to get counted. So whatever the data that is existing before this white space, if you can follow my cursor, if before this white space, that entire data will be selected. Extract the last word in the sentence. So C show, that need to be selected. How we can do? Equals to text. Text what? Text after. Take the text. What is my delimiter in this case? My delimiter is again the white space. We give white space. Instance number is what? And the instance number has to be the last one. Now, supposedly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one. I know 5, so I can write 5. C sure will be coming. But is it feasible or it is possible that if you're having a long sentence or a long paragraph, you will be counting it, how many occurrences are there? No, we'll be going for the last searching. That is, we will be starting the searching from the end. So for n, what we do? We go for the -1, isn't it? So, comma. Now, done. Instance number, not required. I will skip it. Match mode. I will be writing out -1. What happened? Oh, sorry. You skip this one as well. Sorry. Match in, -1. I will be skipping of the -1. Sorry. What happening over there? A11 done. Delimiter is this. Fine. Instance number, I do not need it. Thereafter, the match mode will be what? This -1. Yeah, I have given -1 on that time. I don't know what happened within the formula. I have given -1 on that time. Anyways, so the -1 she show it was coming. Okay. Now extract the middle 3 digits. Middle 3 digits 155 that need to be selected. So we need to make what? We need to make use of both the things. Text before, text after. So let's use this one. So sorry, equals to text after. Let's select after. Text after. Text I'm not going to provide. text, what I'm going to do, text I'm going to select, right? So text before. Now I'm going to give the data. This one, text before, A14, right? Middle, text before, na? Text before. So I will be providing the hyphen over here, which is acting as a delimiter in my case. A14, comma, double quote hyphen that we are providing, that is acting as my delimiter. Now, once this is done, the instance now text before, right? Text before means what? If we are searching for this entire data, within this entire data, whenever we are searching for this delimiter, that is hyphen, it will be searching for this one. This will be searching for the particular hyphen. Now, once this hyphen is done, thereafter, we will be selecting what? This 233. This 233, right? But I am going to mention the occurrence. Occurrence means what? I will be mentioning 2. I will be mentioning 2. That is instance number 2. Done. Now, whenever text before second occurrence of the hyphen means this will be identified, whatever the data that I am having, it will be selected. Means 233-155. This will be selected. This will be selected. Fine. Out of that, right now, out of that, I will be selecting the particularly this one. That is a hyphen. Again, I will be putting the hyphen. This hyphen is working as what? This hyphen is working as a delimiter for the text after. If you can see, text after's second parameter is this one. Text after second parameter is this one. Fine. Now, comma, we can end the formula over here. So it will be selecting what? 155. It's selected 155. Fine. So we are keeping up till this for the session. This remaining two part, that is extract the case sensitive, insensitive, and the email part that we'll be doing in the next class. Okay. Thank you for the session.